Alex, thanks. Changing gears right now. We're taking you back out to the east side where we are hearing from IMPD about a shooting there that involved one of their officers.
That's right. Let's listen in.
Okay, the information I'm going to provide is preliminary, subject to change. The detectives and crime lab personnel and others are still working as we speak right now. And so there's a lot of more information to gather. So as we move forward, the information, things I'm going to tell you could potentially change as the investigation progresses. So today at around 3 p.m., IMPD Southeast District officers were responding to a person shot in the 1300 block of Riley Place. When officers arrived, they found one adult male outside with injuries consistent with gunshot wounds. The victim was transported to a local hospital and remains there in critical condition. A second adult male was located with injuries consistent with the gunshot wound, and that victim was unfortunately pronounced deceased at the scene. While officers were there and on their way, witnesses provided descriptions of the alleged suspect, including following the suspect close by to where we are right now. The information was broadcast to the officers, and while officers were in their vehicles searching for the suspect, they found him walking eastbound on Prospect Street, right near the intersection of Emerson Avenue. The officer exited his car, asked the suspect to show his hands. The suspect was reaching into his shirt, probably a sweatshirt pocket, produced a gun, pointed in the direction of the officers, and that's when an officer-involved shooting occurred. Other officers were close by. They approached the suspect almost immediately, handcuffed him, and then tried to provide medical aid. No uninvolved community members or uninvolved citizens were injured as a result of this. All the officers had working body-worn cameras and in-car cameras, and were searching the area for business surveillance camera as well to see what was found here. Detectives believe preliminarily that the individual here is somehow involved with the shooting of the two individuals down the street, and we're still investigating that as we speak. The Marion County Forensic Services Agency is here on scene with us, processing the forensic evidence on the scene. A firearm, a handgun, was found at the intersection near the suspect. I've watched the body-worn camera videos. It's very clear what occurred here at this intersection. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office was on scene here today. The investigation is being run by the IMPD Critical Incident Response Team. They conduct the criminal investigation part of this whole entire incident. A parallel investigation, administrative investigation, is being conducted by our internal affairs unit, which was also here on the scene. After the completion of the criminal investigation, this entire incident will be reviewed by the Civilian Majority Use of Force Review Board. It's a beautiful day. And to have this community's peace and safety shattered by the actions of an individual who thought the best way to handle whatever was occurring at that moment in their life with a handgun is just irresponsible and unacceptable in this community and any community in our city. There are so many other ways to deal with this. And my heart goes out to this community, to all those impacted, and especially the IMPD officers who bravely, like they do so many times, every single day, run toward danger to protect this community. And in doing so today, had to use force to protect their own lives and ultimately this community. And so it's terrible that we find ourselves here today talking about violence on such a beautiful spring day when there's so many other things people could be doing. And I'm disappointed in that, but I'm also so proud of this police department. I'm proud of their bravery. And, we'll see where the investigation takes us about what happened down the road. It's unfortunate two people down there are also, one's struggling for their life and one's lost their life. Senseless violence for what we know at this point, there's no reason for it.
Any condition on the person?
That's
the
IMPD Police Chief
person
Chris
that,
Bailey live on the scene 2 hours after this incident on the east side, talking about the involvement of IMPD shooting a suspect who was walking down the street. They say he was brandishing a weapon.
And the scene started, police say, with a shooting about a block away, apparently, is what we know right now. The police arrived there, found one person who was shot outside a residence, took that person to the hospital in critical condition. Police went inside and found a second person who'd been shot, and that person was killed. We'll continue to monitor that. Our Logan Gay is there. We'll have another update from her coming up at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, we'll take a break. Be right back.